Blessed be everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be creating a magical spell box to attract money and keep the flow of money coming to you and protecting your money at the same time. But before we do, I am Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. If you want to know more about Wicca, witchcraft, magic, tarot and shadow work, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. If you want to know how you can plan your spells better, things to think about when you're doing your spells, download my free PDF checklist. It's called the Spellcaster Checklist. There is a link in the description field below this video. Today we're doing spellcasting for money and I'm using a spell box. You can also use a jar for this and have a spell money jar. So if you've got a big enough jar, then you can use that too. You can also use a shoebox made of cardboard. It doesn't really matter what it is made of. You can still use that for your magic. I love to use wood because wood is connected to earth, which has that traditional connection to money and prosperity and abundance. This box happens to have a pentagram on the top of it, which I really like, but you don't need to have that at all. You just need basically a container to put the magical spell materials in to contain the money, because you want the money to flow in, but you also want to contain it at the same time and have access to it to take it out so that the money flows. When it comes to money magic, money flows, so you want to create a sense of flow with the energy. You don't want to hoard it, you don't want to be rejecting it either. You're wanting to allow it to come to you easily, effortlessly, and abundantly. So a box can help you do that, jar can help you do that, or any kind of container to contain your money. Make sure that when you're setting up for your spell casting that your space is conducive for spell casting. So if you've already got a magical space or you already have yourself organized to do magic, that's great. Use your altar, do up a circle, however it is that you cast. If magic is something that you're new to, then you want to create a sense of the sacred when you're doing it. So that means cleansing your space energetically. If you're using a shared platform like a table, a kitchen table, or even a kitchen bench, make sure that it's nice and clean and that you have also cleansed it with some salt water and maybe some incense as well. Or you can have a special cloth that you may use especially for magic. And you can also sprinkle salt around on the table where you're doing your spell as well. So just put your spell box on the table and then sprinkle some salt around it so that you're cleansing the space around your box. After you've secured your space, you want to cleanse your box, especially if you've used it before. So you're just getting some incense, or you can also use, again, salt water. Salt water is great for cleansing too. I like to use incense. And just cleanse and consecrate your box. And you can say something like, I cleanse and consecrate this box to serve me in my work of bringing money to me and protecting my money. Remove all malefic energy and replace with benefic energy. And you can do that for as long as you like. It doesn't have to take long. It's just really your intention connecting with the smoke that is going to cleanse and consecrate your box. Once you've done that, tune in to the affirmation, I allow money. I allow money to come to me. A magical tip here. If you're wanting anything, so in this case, more money, instead of saying, I want it, even in your own head when you're thinking about it, instead say, I allow it. Because what you're doing is you're going from want, which is something that you don't have, because you're wanting it, you only want what you don't have, You can also want what you do have, but often it's I want it, and then there's the thought I don't actually have it yet. You want to bring it into the present moment, and you want to open yourself up to receiving the energy, particularly with money, because a lot of us have blocks to receiving money. There's a lot of beliefs around money that cause us to actually block it and stop it from coming and from being able to keep it and being able to utilize it in the way we'd like to. So instead of saying I want, even in your own imagination, feel into the energy of how it changes when you say I allow money into my life. I allow prosperity into my life. I allow financial prosperity into my life. I allow it. I allow it. And feel into what I allow money to come to me feels like. What does it feel like to allow money to come to me? And just feel into that good feeling of allowing money to come to you. You may see it coming to you. You may see it in cash form. You may see it in your bank account. How does it feel to have all the money you need to have to feel safe and secure, to know that you can spend it when you need to spend it and when you want to spend it? What does it feel like to be able to pay the bills when they come in, buy the things you want to do, have the home you want to have, be in the location you want to be in, and just allow yourself to enjoy feeling into what that would feel like as you say, I allow more money to come to me. I allow lots of money to come to me. I allow great prosperity to come to me. Just getting into that good feeling place, because that's the beginning of your spell. Okay, it's that energy in motion, and you start to develop an energy field around you. You're vibrating at that thought level. You're vibrating with that energy. It's raising your vibration, and it's matching you with what it is that you want energetically. We all have an energy signature, and when we're wanting to bring something into our lives through magic, we have to vibrate our energy field with that we're wanting. So if you're wanting great prosperity, then you have to vibrate that prosperity, and feeling into allowing that to come to you and feeling into what it's like to have that is going to help you vibrate at that same frequency. And then as you're feeling into that allowing, you can gather a whole lot of objects together before the spell. One of those things, of course, is money itself. So if you've got any change around, any loose change or any change that you might keep, even notes, currency, then that can be the first thing that you put into your box. So as you're putting the money into your box, you can just feel into that energy, and you may even have a money chant that you may have found on the internet or in a book. There's a lovely money chant that Scott Cunningham has in, I think it might be in a couple of his books. It's in The Truth About Witchcraft Today. It's my first spell I ever did was actually this spell, and it's one of my favorites, and it goes, money flow, money shine, money grow, money's mine. And it's just a lovely thing to say. So that's a Scott Cunningham spell there. And you can say that as you're filling your money box with your money, or you could say something simply as, money flows to me. I allow money to flow to me. I allow great prosperity. I allow wealth into my life. So you've filled it with some currency. If you have a plastic card, like a debit card, maybe it's an old one, obviously not the one that you're using now, but every so often the bank will send you a new one. Keep your old one and pop your old one in your money box. If you don't have it now, you can pop it in later because you're going to feed your money box every week, but you can pop that in too. If you've got any logos or anything from your bank, cut them out, copy them, cut them out, and also pop them in there too while you're saying your chant or your spell. Money flows to me, money comes to me. Cinnamon sticks are great to put in here. So put some cinnamon sticks in your magical box as well. I've still got some of mine in a packet here. So excuse the rattling. Cinnamon, spice of cinnamon, bring fast money to me. A malachite crystal, a citrine crystal, any of the green or orangey, yellowy coloured, particularly the golden coloured stones are also great for attracting money, as is malachite as well. So malachite, bring money to me. If you have a business, use your business card, pop your business card in there too, and bless that. Money comes to my business. My business grows and flows with prosperity. I have a little leaf from a succulent plant, which is a money plant. You can pop anything that from a money plant as well, like a jade plant, into your box. Money plant of succulent, bring in succulent cash flow and money to me. You can pop in some other herbs too, such as some ginger. So just sprinkling it the ginger, bring money to me. And you can pop in bay leaves. Basically anything that's related to money can go into your box. I like to also use planetary symbols too. This one here is the planetary symbol of Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So bringing in Jupiter. Jupiter, expand my prosperity, expand my income and expand my financial prosperity. The symbol of Venus here. Venus, bring love and joy to my money and to how money comes to me. Then you can pop in some affirmations. So you might have the affirmation, I allow money to come to me. I now allow prosperity into my life. And put your affirmation in. I've actually got an affirmation here already rolled up. Pop that in too. And enjoy yourself putting all sorts of different things into your money box. You don't have to put everything in at once. To start it off, of course, I have put a lot of things in here at once, but that's enough to get it going, okay? And then when you're ready, you can then just close the lid on your box. So closing the lid isn't going to stop the money from flowing to you. What I like to do also is to sometimes charge it with a crystal point. So this is a citrine point, and just moving the point down into the box and just saying money flows to me, money flows to me, money comes to me, money comes to me. Okay. If you are in the southern hemisphere like I am, go anti-clockwise. If you're in the northern hemisphere, then go clockwise when you're circling. So I was circling with the crystal and I was going anti-clockwise because I'm in the southern hemisphere. But in the north, just circle with your crystal in a clockwise direction, and that will bring things to you. You can also use nutmeg. Nutmeg is great too for bringing money to you. Basil is good, that you can put that in here too. Do some research on money herbs, money crystals, and use those in here. You can periodically use a money incense and just go over the whole box and even into the box with the money incense as well. So you're adding to it. With a money box or a money jar, you want to add to it at least on a weekly basis. And when you're adding to it, it doesn't have to be much. It could be a few coins, it could be a couple of bay leaves, it could be a sprinkle of cinnamon or a sprinkle of ginger. You might add another affirmation in there or another spell petition that you might have been doing for a particular money thing. So for example, if you were going for a job, or if you wanted a pay rise, or you're trying to bring in more money and you've done a separate spell for that, that's specific to a situation, you can also put the petition in here if you're wanting to use more of an earth-based magic rather than burning the petition, for example. And that's really all you need to do. When you do feed your box, when you put the herbs in or the money in, once again, money comes to me, money comes to me. I like to vibrate my voice into the box because the vibration of your spell, your spelling, That's what to spell means. It means to verbalize, to say, to speak. It's words, and they have vibration. So when you're doing your spells, say them into your spell box or your spell jar. Periodically, you want to also take money out of your spell jar. So that's why it's important to put money in and also to take the money out and spend it. So at some stage, take, a couple of dollars out and then go and spend that. Get it circulating, get it out there. You don't want to just fill all of this up like a piggy bank of savings and not spend it. This is designed to have money flow, so the money doesn't stagnate. So fill it up regularly with coins, and then regularly take some of those coins out and spend them. Doesn't matter what you spend them on, just spend them, put them out there into flux. And when you do take your money out, even though it's probably going to be covered in cinnamon and ginger and who knows what, it's going to be looking pretty dirty. That's okay. You can just give the money a bit of a shake out in some cloth. Don't wash it off, but just shake it out in some cloth so that when you're giving it to somebody, they're not getting, dirty fingers or anything like that and think, ugh, that's awful. When you do spend that money, just say, as you spend it in your mind, this money that I spend, I now decree comes back to me tenfold or 100-fold even, and decree that that money comes back to you. Okay? So you're always working your money magic. And because you've got your box here and you've got some beautiful herbs in here that also have protective qualities, you're also protecting your wealth as well and your money as well. And the lid over the box is a symbol of protecting it. I like to keep a crystal on top of it. So for example, my citrine crystal will sit on top of my box. And every week I go in and take some money out and put some money in. I tend to balance the amount that I take out and put in, but you don't have to do that. You can put more in than you take out. Or sometimes you may have to take out more than you put in. Just make sure that you do feed it with coins or cash periodically, as well as the herbs. Some weeks you may find that the herbs are all you might be needing to put in there. Maybe you haven't spent a lot, so you don't want it to fill up too much with coins, so you might put some herbs in there instead. You're feeding the box energetically and with your intentions regardless. So that's your money box, and then put it somewhere that is safe from other people. If you're into feng shui, you can always place it in the money area of your home, which is usually the southeast section. With the southern hemisphere, it's a bit tricky. Some feng shui people say don't change it around with the hemisphere changes, even though north and south are different here. Other people say change it around, so it's up to you. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you might want to put it in the northeast part of your home and just see how that goes. Otherwise, just put it somewhere safe where people aren't going to go and go, oh, what's in here? And lend their energy to your spell, because you don't want that. If you want to learn witchcraft with me, take a look at my course, the Mystery Witch School 101. There's a link in the description field below this video. It's a 12-month course, and it takes you through everything that you need to know to be able to bring your witchcraft practice into your daily life, to live your witchcraft practice, to connect with your inner witch, to connect with your witch self, okay? It's bringing things back home again, taking you back home to your craft so that you're living in a place of feeling like you're at home every day, because you're reminded of your path and you're reminded of your craft every day. Learning how to work with energy. There's a lot of guided meditations there to get you connecting to your witch self, to your higher self, to that connection with spirit, connection with gods and goddesses, and connecting to the seasonal Sabbats as well as the lunar energies. And of course there's magic in there too, specifically protection magic and also money magic, but also magic in general. So if you're interested in finally really getting on your path and connecting to your passion every day, Mystery Witch School 101 Academy, the link is in the description field below this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I am Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.